How to start an online business, the 5 steps that you need to master to start an online business in 2020. What up guys, Ben Oberg here, back with another video. Today I'm going to go over the 5 steps that you need to be able to learn how to start an online business in 2020. Now these 5 steps are not speculative. I've done them, I've mastered them, and I've been able to make millions with them. Now I'm going to go over everything from your tax structure to your business entity formation to how to take payments. Should you use PayPal, Stripe, or should you use a high-risk processor? I'm going to talk about the business model. I'm going to talk about bringing your product or service to the market and client acquisition. And I'm also going to talk about how to increase LTV. That stands for lifetime value of your customer, because you want to be able to make as much from each client that you bring into your business as possible. Whether you're in e-commerce, whether you have a digital brand, a product, a service, your business to business, or your business to consumer, these 5 steps are critical to your success, especially if you want to learn how to start an online business in 2020. So let's get right into it, all in this video. So the first step to starting an online business, or any business for that matter, is often overlooked, because you've got all these different ways that you can start an online business. You can elect to be a sole proprietor, you can be an LLC, you can be a C corporation, you can be an S corp, you can be a partnership. There's all these different ways to structure your business. And this is the very first step to starting an online business, okay? You need to decide what state you're going to be registered in, or what country for that matter. And then you need to decide how you want to be treated from a tax perspective. And this is very important. It also is very important to protect yourself liability-wise. That is why what I'm going to share with you in this video right here, just in the next 60 seconds, is going to be the very first step for you to be able to start an online business, okay? Most people, when they start a business or an online business, they decide to be a sole proprietor. Bad move. Bad move from a tax perspective, bad move from a liability standpoint, bad move from a scaling standpoint. As a sole proprietor, you will have to restructure if you ever want to build a team. In some states, you're not even allowed to 1099 or contract people anymore, so you cannot be a sole proprietor and have employees. You would then have to switch to something like an LLC. Secondly, sole proprietor is bad because you have all liability on you. If somebody decides to get mad, take lawful action against you, they can come after you, everything in your business, and everything you personally own, because your business, you have elected to be a sole proprietor, is personal property. So it could be the chair that I'm sitting on, it could be the necklace that I'm wearing, it could be a damn tattoo on my arm. They can come after me, they can come after you for everything. Never be a sole proprietor. And the third reason you don't want to be a sole proprietor is because you will get taxed the most. All right, sole proprietors get taxed just like employees. They pay a lot of tax. So you want to do something a little bit different. I recommend that you go for an LLC. Unless you are immediately and definitely going to be the next Amazon, the next Facebook, the next Google, or something like that, you do not need to be a corporation. In other words, a C corp. So what you do, and what I recommend, is that you do an LLC, a limited liability company, which means limited liability on you. The liability stays in the company. It isolates you from that. In other words, people can't take your shit. LLC, in other words, stands for people can't take your shit. Can't lose your shit. Now that's the first step. Sole proprietor or LLC. You want to be an LLC. Very easy. Go to your Secretary of State, look up business licenses, purchase the LLC one. Might cost you $40, $50 more than your sole proprietor. It will save you thousands to tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes and liability and potential lawsuits. So do an LLC. You go to your Secretary of State, you get your business license, maybe you pay $60, $80, $100. Now you have it. Once you get it, you will be issued an EIN number. Once you have that, here's the second thing you want to do. You want to set up your tax structure, okay? And your tax structure is how you elect to be taxed. So here in the United States, we have the IRS that says, here's how I'm going to be taxed. As a sole proprietor, you will be taxed the most. After $100,000 in adjusted gross income, as a sole proprietor, you will pay about $33,000 in taxes. Now, I am an S corp. What I have done is I filled out form 2553. You want to fill out form 2553. This is where you tell the IRS, here's how I want to be taxed. I have decided I want to be taxed as an S corp. What this means is I am an LLC taxed as if I'm an S corporation. S corporation allows me to have investors, it allows me to have employees, it allows me to scale, it allows me to have limited liability, and it actually allows me to pay myself a salary out of the company. So let's say, for example, I actually pay myself about $12,000 a month out of the company, and then I keep the rest of the money in the company and in the company's assets, but that's beside the point. Let's say my company made $100,000 in a year, and I rent an apartment for $1,500 a month. I've got a $300 car payment, I need food and gas, and I only need to pay myself $3,000 a month. Well, $100,000 is made in the company. I pay myself a salary out of the company, $3,000 a month. That's $36,000. That means the company will be taxed on the $64,000 left over, and I will be taxed at $36,000 in personal income tax. The cumulative income tax rate on $36,000 is only gonna be somewhere around 18%, which means on $36,000, I'm only gonna pay about $6,000 in taxes. I'll take home 30, something like that. Now the $64,000 left in the company is gonna be taxed somewhere around 25%. There's gonna be about maybe $19,000 in the company, something to that effect, 612, no, it'd be a little bit less, about $15,000 in the company that it will be taxed. So you take the $15,000 and the $6,000, that's $21,000 in income tax that I pay. And you know, some of you might be watching this and go, yeah, but you're missing some things. There's other little incentives, there's loopholes and things that you can do. Yes, there is. That's for another video, okay? Hey, by the way, if you're liking this video so far, make sure to smash that like button. I appreciate it. And you haven't already subscribed to the channel, if you haven't, make sure to subscribe and tap that notification bell so you can stay updated on all the videos that I drop on the daily about building an 8-figure brand, having an online presence, and being the person that dominates and occupies your industry in whatever your market is, okay? So now you look at this and you go, all right, I saved myself quite a bit. Sole proprietor, paying tax on 100 grand, $33,000. S Corp, paying $21,000 in tax. Looks like I saved myself about $12,000. It's being smart and less liability, and you can have investors and you can have employees. So you wanna have that correct structure. Recap on step 1 to learning how to start an online business is, do not do a sole proprietor. Get your business license from your Secretary of State. You can Google it, buy your license. I'd recommend you do an LLC. Now, you need to consult with a CPA that's actually competent enough to tell you what the right structure is for you. I'm not a CPA, but I'm more qualified than most are to be able to teach this stuff because they're middle class. They get paid $60,000, $70,000 a year to teach you what they don't actually practice in real life. But if you do find a competent CPA, ask them what your tax structure should be. Most likely they're gonna tell you something like an S Corp, all right? And for the reasons that I just named above. Now, here's the next part. Step 2 to learning how to start an online business in 2020. How are you gonna take payments? Most people go for PayPal, Stripe, Square, something like that. I'm gonna be very brief on this point. You wanna look at what your business model is. I know that what I do is considered high risk. Digital products are considered high risk. I sell information digitally. We have products, we have services. We're a service provider of professional services. We get paid to help people build multi-million-dollar businesses, all right? And a lot of this is delivered digitally. And we have products that, you know, can't be held, like videography. We'll do videography, we'll make ads, we'll manage ads, we'll create sales funnels. We'll work online with people. Sometimes we'll travel out, but the reality is it's not something that can be held. And for some reason, the big banks at the top and the people that process your payments have decided that this business is considered high risk, my business model. PayPal, Stripe, Square are not high risk payment processors. They don't like stuff like that. They like tangible products that you can hold in your hand that arrive at your doorstep shipped, all right? I didn't know that. And when I first started my business back in 2016, I was trying to get going and I used PayPal like everybody else. I put 90 grand through there in a couple months and they shut me down. They're like, what are you doing? You must be doing something shady because you made all this money in a short period of time. What happened? Like, you can't penalize me for starting to do well in my business. They kept my money for 180 days for some consumer bullshit protection that they have, and then they gave it back to me. I made another PayPal account because I didn't know what to do. Same thing happened to that. I took down Stripe, put $10,000 through in 48 hours, took them down too. And nobody told me. Nobody told me and nobody knew. I had to find out after having this happen to me. And finally I was in conversation with somebody at some merchant account and they're like, yeah, it's because your business is high risk. I'm like, what's that? They're like, you get classified in the same industry as porn, tobacco, and things like that. And I'm like, you're kidding me, but I don't do any of that. They're like, yeah. So I applied for like 35 different merchant accounts. It was a headache. and I needed to apply for 30 because I didn't have the track record. They're like, well, let's look at your profit and loss. Let's look at your statements. Let's look at all this, your bank records. I didn't have that because it was brand new. And I finally found one scummy high-risk merchant account that would take me. And then I had to fumble my way through until I found the one that I use now. If you need a high-risk merchant account, if you have a business currently, or you're planning on starting one, once you have a business license and a website, I'd be happy to refer you to the people that I use. Now, I don't get paid to do this at all. I just trust them. They've done really good work for me. I have no problems processing payments, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. I have no problems processing them on a global level. And I'm approved for like $900,000 a month or something like that. I gotta actually raise that because we intend to do 20 million this year. I gotta raise that number. But anyways, the point that I'm saying is step 2, how are you gonna process payments? You do not need to worry about what I've just said here if you're doing something that's like, I don't know, you do metal fabrication and you sell things that are actually shipped to consumers. Maybe you are a website developer and you build websites for people and you don't promise any level of income or anything like that. Maybe you have your own phone cases that you make and you ship out to people. Those are low risk. You can usually use PayPal or Stripe or something like that. You're a mom and pop, you're brick and mortar, you can use PayPal or Stripe. High risk, you need to use a high risk processor, else it's gonna cause you a lot of headaches. So I wanna alleviate the 35 merchant accounts I had to apply for and about 14 months of headache that took me to solve that, all right? Step 3 is your business model. Are you service-based, e-com based? What's your price point, okay? Are you business to business? Are you business to consumer? You need to look at that. You need to identify what that is because based on if you're e-commerce, well, you're going to have a website that offers different products and services or different products, right? You're selling this shirt, this pair of shoes, this tie, this wallet, this watch, etc. All right? If you are service, software, or high-ticket digital product-based, you're going to need to have a sales funnel where there's a headline, people opt in, give you their name, their email, maybe even their phone number in exchange for something, and you bring them into your funnel and you work that process, okay? You're gonna need to know what your business model is, all right? A best way to figure that out is who is currently dominating your industry and what does their business model look like? Build off the backs of the giants, okay? Don't reinvent the wheel, build off the backs of the giants. And then the second thing that you wanna look at is they're occupying the industry, they're leading it. Why are they leading it? What are their daily methods of operation? What are their habits and rituals? What are they doing? Okay, now to exploit their weaknesses, what you wanna do is do the things that they won't do. Be willing to do the things that they won't do, all right? For example, I know in my industry, nobody follows up, nobody sends out an infinite amount of emails, nobody is branding themselves. Like I wear shirts that have sayings and things that I've made on them and quotes. I'm wearing one right now. And people walk up to me all the time, start conversations. I am a living, breathing, walking human advertisement. I have freaking billboards that we're doing. In addition to conventional marketing, we'll send out mail. Like every angle I can get to get a competitive advantage, I am. I'm gonna play unfair. I'm gonna be ethical. I'm gonna play as unfair as I can. Everything that other people in my industry are not willing to do. And that's why we dominate. That's why my name is mentioned when people are like, how do you build an online business? My goal is to make my name associated, and you can never say, how to make an online business, how to start an online business, how to build an online business. You could never say that without the name Ben Oberg associated. That is my goal. Huge goal, lofty goal, huge goal, gonna make it happen, all right? So be willing to do what others won't do and study their business model to see why they're doing pretty well compared to other people. What are they doing that other people didn't do? Now you gotta do what they did, do it better, and do what they're not willing to do to be on top, to occupy the industry, all right? Now step 4. And by the way, guys, if you have any questions, please, what I'd like to know is, what is your business? What is your business model? What product, are you offering a product, service? What is it? Drop it in the comments below. I usually pick a comment of the week as a winner, and I use it as a teaching point in one of my next videos. And I reply to all my comments. So make sure you drop a comment, and I would so appreciate, my goal is to provide you with an immense amount of value. I think I stuttered there. My goal is to provide you an immense amount of value in 2020, and I'm gonna do that by posting probably 2 videos almost every day. 1 video, 10 videos a week, something like that. And I'm gonna bring you as much value as I can. None of this is theoretical bullshit like you're gonna be taught in a marketing class in college. I've made millions of dollars online. We did 2.5 million in 2019. I'm gonna go for 20 million this year. I know we can do it. We've got the cash flow. We know how to run the ads. We know how to increase LTV, which I'm gonna talk about in one of my next tips here in this video on how to start an online business here. But I would appreciate, guys, if you'd share this out there. So please make sure after you've finished viewing this video, share this out there with friends, with family, somebody that needs to hear it. Share it on your Facebook, send it to somebody, email. So appreciate that, okay? So now here's the next part is market and client acquisition. I highly recommend you get to running ads as soon as possible. A lot of people that are new to business decide, hey, I don't need to run ads, I don't want to run ads, and I don't want to spend money to make money. It's completely the wrong mindset to have, because when you're running ads, that is literally the only way you can control exactly who your ads are being put in front of. Like, you literally can cherry pick. It's like having a pond full of 100 fish in it, and you can actually see all the fish, and you can go, oh, there's a big one there, I'll take that one. Oh, there's a big one here, I'll take that one. Ooh, that one looks like it's a salmon, I'll take that one, all right? Like, it's literally like being at a car dealership and being told you can have any one of these cars for free, and there's a Honda Civic, a Ferrari, a Bugatti. You're gonna pick the Bugatti or the Ferrari over the Honda Civic more than likely. That's what running ads are like if you learn to understand them. So I want you to look at ads in that way. Where most people go wrong is they're just afraid. You're just afraid that you're gonna spend money and you're gonna lose it. One, so what? Two, be better than doing nothing. Three, you'd get data that you can learn from even if you screwed up. And four, you shouldn't have that mindset period to begin with. You should be going, okay, I'm gonna work to understand ads, whether you pick one platform or not. Like, start with YouTube, all right? Start with Facebook, start with Instagram, whatever. If you do use Instagram, use the Facebook ads platform. Don't boost posts on Instagram or anything like that. Use the Facebook ads platform. It'll give you the data that you need. The point is, I can be like, all right, I'm making pens. Now I can go out there and pay some stupid influencer that doesn't know what their freaking following is and tell them to sell this pen for me, and people can swipe up and they can buy my pen. I may or may not get a couple sales. It's not something I can repeat. I can't scale it, all right? But what I can do is I can run ads. And I can run ads to people that have bought pens before. And then I can specifically go, what are the features of my pen? Well, let's say my pen was like gold, it was an executive pen. I can run ads to people that have not only bought pens, but have also searched executive pens and have also searched it in the last 30 days. As a matter of fact, this week, and if I had a brick and mortar even, that have searched the pens this week, executive pens, this week and this week only, that are geographically within a 5-mile radius of my store. Knowing that if I put this ad in front of this person, they want a pen, and they want the type of pen that I sell, okay? Online, I can do the same thing. I can go, all right, put my ad in front of people that want pens, but only want pens that do black ink, and only executive pens, all right? And they've searched in the last 30 days, and they just so happen to know the name of this guy that created a pen. Because most definitely, if they know the name of a guy that created a pen, and they've searched pens this week, and they've searched executive pens, it's for damn sure that they are a pen enthusiast. That is how detailed you can get with targeting, with ads. And that's why you need to work to understand how to leverage ads, because once you understand that, it is an infinite dial you can turn up. You cannot repeat, you cannot scale fast enough influencer marketing. You cannot scale fast enough going out there grinding, trying to pull deals and extract them from the depths, the cracks, the crevices of the internet, all right? It's harder work. It takes more of your time, and you're gonna get exhausted and burn out. And when you're not awake, your business is dead, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Smash the like button if you haven't done so already. So run ads as soon as you can, which brings me to my fifth and final point here, and I'm gonna show you on my computer screen here. It's called LTV, okay? What you wanna do before you even launch your brand. What you wanna do before you even start taking in customers to your online business. You wanna build out your back end, okay? So in most online businesses, you have a front-end product. In other words, this is your initial product that people first see. And it's irrelevant what this price is. $20, $100, $100,000, $500,000, $5 billion, doesn't matter. This is your front-end product, okay? And then once they buy or don't buy, there's back-end products. There's upsells, there's downsells. You don't just have one product to sell them. And keep in mind, if you have like digital products or professional service or something like that, you don't have 10 different websites. You have like a front-end product that you've identified is what the market wants. And then people buy that, or they at least get an opportunity to. And if they don't, you retarget them, emails, distribute content to them to incentivize them on why they need it, all right? You work that angle. But once they do buy, then you introduce upsells and downsells to them. This is all to increase LTV. And the reason this is so important is because you need to be able to have your advertising money generate you the highest ROI possible, even if it's over a period of time. So I want to explain this to you, and I've got this up on the chart here, okay? And this chart is going to be available in the description below for you guys. I recommend you print it out. Now, this is one of many different scenarios. This is a basic chart. I have like one upsell in here, one downsell, and a little recurring payment, but it's just to make you understand the math on this. And the whole point of this is like, I have a funnel where I have like 6 upsells and downsells, rapid fire, and over the course of a week, 30, 60, 90, 180 days, we have upsells and downsells. In the grand scheme of things, our funnel operates at 400% ROI. That's why, you know, I can spend $5 million and get 20 million back, because in the grand scheme of things, my customer will be worth 400% more than what I spent on them 180 days ago. All right. So here's what it is. You have a traffic source: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case may be. Let's say your front end offer is $97. Okay. And you spend $400 to get 250 leads. All right. So what ends up happening is you spend $400 to get 250 leads, 250 people come into your landing page, all right? And let's say that 35% of them say, you know what, yeah, I'm kind of interested. I'll put my name and email in and I'll give it another look. I'll give it a deeper look. And so out of these 250 leads, 35% opt in. It's a decent opt-in rate, all right? It's not great, it's not average, it's decent, it's okay. So you get 87 people that hit this page and actually see your $97 offer. Now, let's say that 5% of them convert. In other words, 5% of them buy. That's like 4.3 on 87. So 4 sales. So they buy and they pay $97 each, and you make $388. Now, you've lost $12 there because you spent $400 to market on ads, to market to people, and you made $388 back, okay? Well, that's losing $12 right there. You're operating at like, I don't know, an 88% ROI or something like that. You're losing 12% or something like that, okay? So after somebody comes in and buys your $97 offer here, okay, there's a rapid fire upsell. I like to put it immediately in the sequence right after. And it's something like this. Hey, Ben Oberg here, congratulations, but listen up really quickly. Your order is not complete yet. Right now, we have an important matter pertaining to your financial success to discuss. And this is where you go on, I'm not scripting anymore, okay? That's how your video would begin. You'd have like a video, you'd have some sales copy, something like that. And now it would go on to say, look, here's the big problem. I think we can all agree on this. And that's why I wanna help enhance the results that you're gonna get with the $97 product that you just bought, which will be delivered to your email in just a few minutes here. But I wanna be able to 10x your financial results that you can get. And that's why I wanna offer you right now today, available only here. This is all the stuff you gotta say. Right now today, available only here. Don't lie, make it only available here. Right now today, available only here for this heavily discounted price, normally sold at $9.97 everywhere else. Make sure it's sold at $9.97 everywhere else. Only available right here, right now. Since you're my newest customer, I want you to succeed. I want to extend you the courtesy of giving you a great deal and giving you 70% off. And I'm so confident that this is going to change your results. Give them features, benefits, why they need it. Tell them once again it's going to enhance their results with what they've just purchased, all right? And that if they don't get the results they want in the next 30 days, you offer 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked. So now you've got a decision to make. Click the button, join below, and I'll see you inside. And now what happens is you've got 4 people that just paid $97, all right? Now you hit them at $297. If they don't do that, there is a downsell version to that upsell. In other words, you're offering them $297, and if they don't do that, you'll give them a $97 times 3 payment option. Which is funny because when I do this, most people go for the $297 and don't even bother to realize that the 97 times 3 is less, right? That's like, that saves them $3 or something like that. But most people buy the $297. So here's the math behind this now. So in the same day, I've just gone from $388 in gross income, and I've lost 12 at that point, to adding another $297 plus one payment of 97, and then I'll probably collect a couple more payments later, 30, 60, 90 days down the line, all right? So I do that. And then let's say somewhere later on in the sequence, I market a little recurring offer, something that's got continuity. Maybe it's a service I'm providing, a little community, a little support area or something like that. And I get one person that buys the downsell, one person that buys the upsell on that, all right? Maybe they get a subscription included in the upsell, downsell. Here's what happens. The math on this is my cost per purchase, my CPP, is $100 because I had 250 leads, I spent $400, and I got 4 sales. So in other words, I spent $100 to get a sale, all right? Now my LTV, my lifetime value of my customer on day 1 was $195. Because if you take 388 plus 297 plus 97, it gives you like $782. Divide that by 4 customers. Your customer's worth $195 to you, which is 195% ROI, almost double. You spend 100 to get them, and you know on average they're worth almost 200. All right? My LTV at day 30, because maybe I have a little subscription product in here, $27. I got 2 people on that, that's $54. 54 plus the 782 equals whatever that equals. Divide that by 4 customers, and now by day 30, I have $209 LTV per customer. Each customer is worth $209. That's a 209% ROI, something like that. 205, 209, something like that, whatever. All right. So now all of a sudden I have a big profit margin. I can pay myself. My company's profitable. I can spend more to obtain customers. I can scale that up. I can dial that ads budget up. And this is just small. Maybe I'll have 1K, 6K, 25K products later on down the line. The other thing is, the reason I drew the squiggly line in here is, don't forget that out of 250 leads, you only got 4 of them to buy. There's 246 left that didn't do shit. You want to retarget them through emails, content distribution, retargeting ads, and incentivize them back into this front end offer. And at a certain point, if they still don't buy that front end offer, you're trying to work angles. Why didn't they buy? You want to figure out their objections so you can convert as many of the 246 leads to become a buyer there. Now, if they still don't buy, distribute them other offers. Maybe bring them straight to this downsell. Maybe bring them straight into this recurring. And you're gonna capture more sales there and turn your funnel into 300, 400%, okay? That is how to start an online business. That's how to dominate in online business in 2020. I hope that you've loved this video, and I would so appreciate if you make this one of the most viral videos that I've ever posted here on YouTube. I would appreciate if you take the time to actually share this out there, send it to a friend, go, you know what, Ben, I appreciate the 30 minutes of value you just dropped on me. I see how this can work. I see how I can implement it into my business. Please share this with friends, with family, put it on your Facebook page, send it an email, text it to somebody. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. I've included some links in the resources, and I'll see you guys in the next video.